Hi everyone, it's Wendy. I had to restart the video and I didn't feel like putting everything back in the box. Taking out again. So this is Adults and Crafts. It is a monthly subscription box. And let me get the price for you. I will put it in the description box below as far as a website, and prices and that. So it is a monthly craft kit. Let's see. This one is sorry, I'm using my tablet here. Okay. There we go. Subscription. All right. This one is $33 a month. It comes monthly. Whatever. So this month, for November, is a mosaic tray kit. So we have the wooden tray. You have mosaic tiles. And I like that they have these double bags, basically. So you have these tiles, which are colored. And you have these tiles. Okay. They also give you gloves. Okay, we can all use gloves. They give you a paintbrush, a popsicle stick to scoop out. They give you a neat scraper. These are handy, not just for grouting. They give you paint. This is Craftsmart White. Now in this box are the different shapes and colors. There's arrows, flowers, stars, triangles, circles, diamonds. But I like that this is all packaged in one bag so that everything is together and you don't have to worry about if one of these bags breaks, one of the tile bags breaks. It's all contained inside. They also include a sponge. Ooh, this is a nice sponge. After you're done with it, use it for dishes. Elmer's Glue Off. Good glue. And I take it this is the grout, which you have to mix. Alright, so let's look at the instructions. And everything is nicely packaged. You didn't get to see me open the box, but they have this paper on top. This is nice because you can take sections of it, pinch it all up, smear it with ink, and open it up, and you get this unique paper to use for your plastic. Alright, so grout knife, stirring stick, mixing bowl. There was a mixing bowl? Oh, with the grout powder. Okay, never mind. It's endless, and your final project will be quite the talking pieces. They suggest to lay out all your mosaic pieces and figure out how you want them to go. And then you can organize them by color or shape. Make sure you wear the gloves when working with the sanded grout, and keep a sponge bath close by so you can rinse your sponge when needed. Protect your workspace and be ready to begin. So first off, you've got to paint the tray. But that's okay, because you paint the tray, and while that's drying, you can be sorting out your tile pieces. Now, something neat to do if you want to make it even neater, if you want to take the time, is after you paint it, there is some stuff that you can buy called crackle paint, and you put it on and it crackles the paint, so it looks really cool. You get all these neat lines and everything. So that's something else you can do. To the wood part, I wouldn't do it when you put your tiles down. So lay out your design, and they suggest filling the outer border edges first, leaving a little space. If you're not sure how much of a space to leave, get a thin piece of cardboard, or even this here. This is what they call thin chipboard. Use that as your spacer. Once you lay it out, glue it down. Now they have quite a wide spacing here, and that's up to you how wide you want the spacing. If you want it very narrow, you'll use more of the tiles. If you want it wider, you'll use less. So you need to decide. And like I said, you can I would cut this into strips and glue them together, and that would to make your space, so that if you want all your spacing even. Then once you get your outside done, do your inside. Just lay out your design. Take a photograph, because then you can refer to it to say, okay, yes, I did use all the blues in the center, or I used all the flowers in the corners, things like that. Now, once you get everything done, you then fill in. Once you lay out your basic design, then you fill it in with all the other tile pieces. So you're going to do your border, then you're going to do your design with all the color pieces, and once that is laid out and dried, then fill it in with all the other tile pieces. Then you prepare the sanded grout. There's about 8 ounces in that bowl. You pour 2 ounces of it into a Ziploc to save for later if needed. 2 ounces is a 1/4 cup, just so you know. Now you add a little bit of water into it and stir it together. You don't want to add too much water at once, because otherwise you cannot take the water out. But you want it to end up the consistency of smooth and thick oatmeal. Now, if you do add a little too much water, if you let it sit for a few minutes, it will thicken up. But once you reach the consistency of the thick and creamy oatmeal, smooth and thick oatmeal, let it sit for 5 minutes. Then you're going to stir it again and start applying it with the grout knife, which was that big black thing. You're just going to scoop it up, put it over, be very generous. Make sure to cover the entire design and get it into the edges and the cracks. Smooth it over back and forth until there is a thin layer on top. To ensure you get it into all the edges, smooth it over with your fingers or with the end of your stirring stick. Before you allow the grout to sit for 30 minutes, wipe off the excess grout with the putty knife or your hands with gloves on. Because after you let it set for 30 minutes, you're going to then take and use the slightly damp sponge to remove the excess grout. It will slowly start to rub off, and you'll see your design. Rinse out your sponge and allow it to dry again, and then go over the design again. If you notice any excess grout or uneven areas around the charms where there are different levels of thickness, rub around the charms to out. Okay. Now, most of the excess grout has been removed by the sponge, but there will still be a grout, what they call a grout haze. So all you do is allow the haze to dry so you can see where you need to wipe down. Do one last buff and shine. Use a paper towel on your finger to clean up the charms. Use as a centerpiece to lighten up a space in the bathroom for your toiletries or as a serving. So it's not a hard project to do. There are numerous steps. You do have to wait in between steps. So I mean, this is a neat craft, and I would suggest this for an older child. One who, you know, is able to follow directions and things like that. I would not, anyone under 10, I would be a little leery about doing. 10 and older, yeah, they can follow the, and the younger ones can probably take and help make the design, you know, the color design. So, but when it comes to putting the grout on it and wiping it out, they get bored. They probably won't want to finish that, so you'll have to do that. But this is for adults anyways. The only thing I would think I would have liked to see is something a little more grown up than the flowers and the hearts and the circles. You know, maybe different colored tiles that we could just lay out in a pattern. Because when I see that they're using circles and hearts and flowers and diamonds, and to me it feels not quite as adult as it could be. Because you're dealing with adults here. Yeah, it looks fun in that, but when adults doing this craft, they may be doing it for a specific person, and they kind of want it to be a little more adult-like. Let's put it that way. So in the tiles, I probably would have liked to have seen some squares and diamonds and rectangles and circles in blacks and grays, or even, you know, purples and blues and yellows and oranges and things like that. You know, that's just my opinion, but I think this is a fun try it kit. If you're interested in trying it out and see if you like it, this is a great way to try it, and you end up with a nice little project. All right, so that is it. And again, I'll put all the information down in the description box below, along with pricing. Again, this is the Adults in Crafts monthly subscription kit. Thanks for watching.